Ian, you're not a weirdo. Yeah, that's Ian, but he's not weird. He's not weird. It's Ian, he's great. Not a weirdo though. Okay, so I have to admit that the intro was cringy. I was like, ugh, why are you doing this? But I mean, I guess maybe it just proves a point. I hear this a lot, and it's not a big deal. I'm not complaining about it, but I just wanted to clarify some things. So, do with this information what you will. I do not care. I do not care. I don't know where that accent thing came from. My channel name is Ian is a Weirdo. My other channel name is Ian is Weird. And oftentimes, especially when I go to other lives or like other people's YouTube streets or whatever, YouTube streets, YouTube houses, I don't know, whatever. Um, People are like, well, this is Ian, but he's not a weirdo, or Ian's not a weirdo. Like all the things I said in the beginning, I hear quite frequently. And I, like, honestly, like, I'm not offended or anything like that. Like, I'm really not, I promise. But I just kind of wanted to maybe explain why I picked my channel name and why I like it. So, maybe you can see things from my perspective on why I picked my channel name. You can still say whatever you want. I do not care. You can still say that I'm not a weirdo, but that's okay. I'm going to pull out the Merriam Webster dictionary definitions for these for some words, and we'll see what sticks. So I think when we talk about weird, often we talk about things that differ from the normal, right? From normal. And when people are trying to tell me that I'm not weird, they're like, "You're not weird. You're normal. You're just a normal person." Which there's no problem with being a normal person if that's how you want to say you're normal. Cool. There's something normal about everyone, right? Otherwise, we I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna define. I'm gonna show you what Merriam-Webster defines as normal. So I'm gonna look on my computer, and hopefully I didn't close that tab. I did close that tab. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. No problem. Um, I did plan things, and I did look this up and pull these pages up and have the tabs open, but fuck it. Okay, so normal as an adjective, conforming. So there's multiple definitions for normal, and a lot of times when I say the word normal in my describing things, I'll use these little air quotes because I think that normal is pretty much a setting on a washing machine and not necessarily how a person could be described. Because what is normal? Well, let's see. What is normal? Okay, so one, conforming to a type, standard, or regular pattern, uh, characterized by that which is considered usual, typical, or routine. Um, Another definition, according with, constituting, or not deviating from a norm, rule, procedure, or principle. I would say that I differ from some norms and rules and procedures and principles. One is occurring naturally. Well, I do that. I do occur naturally. I'm here. Surprise. And then there's approximating the statistical average or norm. Um, uh, Generally free from physical or mental impairment or dysfunction, exhibiting or marked by healthy or sound functioning. Do I really need to explain that one? Not exhibiting defect or irregularity. There's defect right up here. And then within range of safe, healthy, or optimal. So there's several definitions, and then there's talks about different other ways that normal is used. There's normal as a noun, blah, 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 blah. But basically, normal is some kind of way to conform to something, right? Still kind of iffy on, what is normal for a person to be, right? So I looked up the definition of weird, and weird actually has a really strange definition that surprises me. So weird as an adjective, and this is all Merriam-Webster, Merriam, I don't care. As an adjective, it is of strange or extraordinary character, synonyms being odd or fantastic. Fantastic, you stop. And then the second one, which I did not know, is of, relating to, or caused by witchcraft or the supernatural. Synonym is magical. Did not know that that was, part of the definition, potential definition of use of weird, but it's cool, I guess. I would not say that I am caused by witchcraft, but cool, party. But the first one, of strange or extraordinary character, and then having a synonym be odd, I decided to look up odd because I felt like that was a great descriptor. And so odd as an adjective, so differing markedly from the usual, ordinary, or accepted. Okay. Not regular, expected, or planned. Um, uh, Encountered or experienced from time to time. A synonym occasional. Okay, we'll toss that one as not being related. And there's a bunch of different odd definitions, odd numbers on things like that. But the first one, especially differing markedly from the usual, ordinary, or accepted, and a synonym for that is peculiar. And, I could go down this rabbit hole of all these synonyms for weird and odd and things like that. But let me get out of definition mode and just talk to you. So, I have always felt and been different from a lot of my peers, and not just in my gender identity journey and being trans and growing up, but in so many ways. And I think a lot of us grow up feeling like that. And in one way or another, we're different from other people, right? If we were all exactly the same, God, I'm going to get stuck like I did before. But if we're all exactly the same, one, the world would be very boring. It would be probably less problematic. So that would be cool. But, individuality, being unique, doing things that maybe your peers aren't doing, like if everyone around you smokes cigarettes and you don't smoke cigarettes, that's considered odd because you differ from the norm of where you are, right? And so I've always felt different and weird, and I didn't have words always to describe how I was feeling. Um, and as I grew up and developed my own sense of identity, um, I liked the parts of me that were different from other people. And not that there was anything bad about those people that I was different from necessarily. It was just I was different. I had a different point of view. I liked dyeing my hair and piercing my face, and I dressed differently, and I had a different attitude. I was mentally ill, like all of these things that made me different, that gave me a different perspective and experience in life. And from a lot of my peers, or what I knew of a lot of my peers, obviously there's some things going on that you don't know about. But as I grew up and developed my and solidified my identity more, for me it was those things that made me different from the norm that made me like myself more, that gave me confidence to to be myself and embrace the weirdness, the oddness, because those things about me that were different made me unique, made me special, um, made me passionate about the things that I loved. I wasn't ashamed about liking the things I love. I grew up and I was like nerdy and geeky, and I didn't have to feel shame about being different or liking things that a lot of people don't like or didn't like or whatever. Like all of these things, me identifying as a weirdo, that's such a weird way to put it, but me saying that I'm a weirdo is me embracing the fact that I'm different and I like that. I really like being different. And it makes me excited to know that I'm different because I get to have conversations with other people who have different points of view. We can discuss them, and I can learn new things. I don't feel limited to express myself in a lot of different ways. How I dress, how I present, like being feminine, but also being a trans man. That differs from the norm of what people expect a trans man to look like. Being trans differs from the norm. And so, I but being feminine and a trans man, people are like, "What is this? Why don't you just stay a girl?" But I was never a girl. Like I'm just feminine. But gender expression is different from gender identity. But all of these moments of realization that it was okay to be different and to embrace and love that part of me really made me happy. Really made me excited to just be myself. And so when I say I'm a weirdo, or people say you're not a weirdo, and I'm like, I am, and it's okay. I mean it. Now, I do know that weirdo has a connotation, and weird has a connotation that can sometimes be negative. Some of us were bullied, and weird and weirdo and things like that were used as exclusionary terms to make us feel bad for being different. And for me, it's like reclaiming that I'm different. And I love that about myself. I love that I'm different, and that's super cool. So if you don't want to say that you are weird for liking things that are outside of the norm, that's cool. You do you, right? Um, but for me, it's been such a um, enjoyable journey to accept that I'm okay with being different in some aspects, and that's just part of who I am, and I like that about myself. So next time you say, Ian, you're not a weirdo, first of all, like I said, you can say whatever. I'm not gonna fucking chew off your face or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. But just know that I don't take it. I don't. I when I confess to being confess when I say that I'm a weirdo, and when I have my channel name saying I'm a weirdo, and I talk about things and I'm like, oh, I'm so weird. It's not me being in any form, way, or self, in any way, shape, or form self deprecating. It's me embracing the fact that I'm different in some way from something, some people, and I'm happy with that. And that's cool to me. I don't feel the need to be like everyone else. Now, that doesn't say that uh, I don't fall into some social norms. That's not to say that at all, because I do fall into them. It's not to say that social norms are inherently bad. It's just I like the things that make me different too. I can embrace the parts where, yeah, I followed this trend, or yeah, I did this thing that a lot of people were doing, and that's okay. But also, I did it in my own way, or I had my own thoughts about it, or whatever, 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 So I just wanted to make this video because this is a topic that has come up a lot, but it's really recently. A lot of people have been like, "You're not weird," and I'm like, I am, and I'm okay with it. I love it about me. It's one of the coolest things about me is that I am different, and I am proud that I'm different. Um, so, however you want to call yourself, weirdo, normal, neither. I don't care. I really don't care. And I also don't fault or, think any less of anyone who doesn't say that they're weird, because that's totally personal. And if you do have a negative connotation with the term weirdo, just know when I say it to describe myself, it's not negative. It's extremely positive because it gives me a boost of confidence that I love that part of myself, or those parts of myself. So, and I am sorry that maybe, well, the circumstances that made you feel like being weird or being unusual or odd made you any lesser of a person, made you deserving of any bullying or anything like that. I would never wish that on anyone. For me, I just am happy with the fact that I'm different. So I'm a weirdo. Hi, my name is Ian. I'm a weirdo. I'm happy with that fact. Um, yeah. So I hope you all have a great day. I don't know. This video is probably really stupid, but I'm going to post it anyways because I post a lot of stupid videos. Have you been on my channel? But anyways, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later.